Alright, after a brief break, both to fix the capacitor, which I did mount backwards, and I'm very embarrassed about that, and to find another 104, we're ready to continue. I also cleaned up the back of the board a little bit. Alright, so let's go ahead and install the 104 here, which was very clearly not included in the original package, so I'll have to complain at the eBay seller both for misrepresenting the kit's purpose and for omitting a component. Because I searched all around. I looked on the floor to see if I dropped it and searched my desk pretty thoroughly, so it was nowhere to be found. So just quickly tacking on that 104. Thankfully I don't have to worry about polarity on that one. I just feel really stupid about screwing up the polarity. Anyway, let's move on to the diode. Now the diode has the negative side here to the right, so a short lead, or the little flat side of the diode, goes to the flat part on the diagram. It's very, very loose, so we'll quickly solder on one leg, like so, and straighten the whole mess out. It's not super necessary to put your components on completely flush and flat like I do, but I'm just picky. Alright. Now I'm being somewhat sparing. Most people, when they solder, they'll make it so that you have a bit of a meniscus. So you'll have the lead coming up through the board like this, and then you'll have a little bit of solder like that on the edge of the wire there. But what I'm doing for this one, because these are plated through holes and it's a pretty thick board, is I'm just making it so that there's just a very, very minimal meniscus on the edge of the board there. Yeah, I discovered I can wipe right on my board with dry erase there, so I may start doing stuff like this when I need to get a quick point across. Alright, so the last components we need to get onto this thing are these little potentiometers, and they are a value of 103, so 10 k ohms, and there's a little circle on the PCB there that denotes where the set screw goes, so we'll just put them both in at once, kind of hope we can arrange them somewhat nicely. Let's get these in shot. And quickly solder them on. Did it start recording, right? Yes, I did. Okay. Alright, so tack one lead on. Ooh, what a mess. Okay. And then just kind of straightened out there. Nice and level-ish. There we go. And we'll straighten this one out. There we go. Okay, good. Okay. And we'll just quickly solder on the last of these leads, and then we'll be done. I'm starting to get a little oxidation developing on the oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to turn it off. That's not going to do either. How do I do it? Gonna have to reread the instructions for this firmware. Anyway, I'll just unplug it. Okay. So let's go ahead and clip these off. Blink, 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 and blink. And then I need to find my little potentiometer trimmer tool, which is probably going to be buried in a drawer somewhere, and I won't be able to find it quickly enough. instead, I'll just use the other screwdriver that I can't find. This desk is a mess. I really have let it kind of deteriorate in a period of mental illness, but I talk about that stuff on my vlog, and we'll talk about it here. Alright, so let's get some leads on there for power, and ostensibly it'll run on 5 volts according to what I read online. So let's go ahead and see the ground lead I made for green, and red for positive. Alright, so we have a brightly flash, or we have an LED. Now, is that actually doing anything interesting? Well, that screwdriver isn't going to work. I'm just super prepared today, aren't I? Well, let's adjust. I believe this is the duty cycle potentiometer. Let's turn it down. Start making adjustments, see if anything interesting happens. Oop. Oh, that's why. Okay, well, we won't be running this off of a power bank then, because it's not pulling enough current to keep the power bank turned on. So instead, bear with me just a second here. Use the bench supply. Ground. Actually, what I'll do, so that we can make sure that we've got the longest possible, or the lowest possible frequency, is attach the largest capacitors, and there's 5 volts in. Oh, there we go. Bink, bink, bink. Alright, progress. Now, if we adjust this, we are which one is this doing? I believe we are increasing the frequency. Yes, we are. How many turns is this potentiometer? Good grief. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's stalled. Oh, that's great. Bring it up too high and the 555 crashes. Typically, in order to avoid something like that happening, what you need to do is put a resistor, generally 1 to 5% of the resistors you're using for the potentiometer, you put that resistor in between these two so that you never have zero resistance on any of the pins. And that way the circuit doesn't crash. I was looking a little out of focus, but I guess it's fine. So this one should control the duty cycle, which means that the light will come on for longer and stay off for shorter. See, now the light is remaining on for longer, I think. It's kind of hard to tell. There we go. It's maxed out in that direction. If we go in the other direction... Oh no, this one is adjusting frequency. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we can play with the duty cycle a little bit more. Basically, a while back I did a thing on duty cycle with 555s, you can see it basically controls the brightness of the LED. So we're going to want to get that kind of in a bit of a midpoint, which I think is about there. Now, for the next part of this experiment, how are we doing for time? Oh, we got plenty of time. Find some leads here. There we go. We're gonna get another ground lead there and a positive lead. Let's clamp on there. And then we'll grab this little speaker, which doesn't seem to have any polarity marked on it. Also these the leads on it are very, very kind of corroded and gross. I don't even know if this is going to work. This was just a random buzzer that I found in the post bag when I opened it up. But hey, look at that! We actually have some sound. You guys actually hear that? Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of noise on the waveform there. So there's me actually changing the duty cycle. It's the same frequency, it's just and there we crashed it. There we go. And we're changing the frequency. I'm gonna try to adjust this just a little bit here so we're looks like it's more of a 50% duty cycle. And we'll play around with the frequency. Alright, that looks like about as much the fastest frequency we'll get out of that. So we'll go ahead and disconnect this. And let's switch it to the next smallest capacitor and see what happens. Oop. Now we're actually getting a proper sound. Hope that's not too hard on your guys' ears there. And there we're actually changing the frequency. So it is kind of a tone generator. Now if we change the duty cycle, that's kind of weird. This should be changing the duty cycle, not the frequency, but it's very clearly changing the frequency. Huh. Well, let's go ahead and, because my battery's dying, I'm just going to throw it right into the smallest capacitor, and this is probably going to be very unpleasant, so I won't do it for too long. Oh, we can't even hear it. Oh, there's no sound coming out of that. It's probably a very fast frequency that's way above hearing. Let's go ahead and go one down quickly before the battery runs out. Oh yeah, that's fun, isn't it? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, headphone users. Oh, this is terrible. I'm so sorry I'm doing this, but I'm so curious. That's starting to leave the frequencies that I can hear. Oh! Oh, that's not pleasant. And there, I can't hear it anymore. I don't know if you guys can, or if the mic can even pick that up. So there we have it. There's the 555 pulse generator / tone generator. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I haven't done a proper video in so long, and I was completely random and weird, but I guess that's part of what I do in this channel. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed. If you haven't already, consider clicking here to subscribe. Right over here is a video that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy, randomly picked from my channel. Right here will be, I guess, the tone generator playlist, and right here is a link to Patreon that you can use to support my eBay buying habit. So thanks again for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.